2.6 is dividing a polynomial by a monomial. So sometimes division sentences are written as a fraction because the fraction line means divide. So they can be written this way, or you might also see it written this way. 8x squared divided by 4x. And that's okay, it's just written horizontally. If you want, it's easier if they're written like this. Because when they're in the fraction form, we know what to do. We know we have to divide those guys, and then we take our variables, if they're the same letter, and if we like variables, then we subtract their exponents. Don't forget, there's a hidden 1 on that x right there, okay? So we're going to subtract the 2 and the 1 there, okay? So if we were going to use the symbols, like we say, here's the symbols. So I'm going to take 8 divided by 4 will give me a 2. X squared, subtract x1 gives me how many x's left over? 1. Good. Let's see how we do it with the algebra tiles. So, on the answer, now if we take a look, it's telling you what goes where. On the top of any division, it's always the answer on top, and it's dividing by one of the sides. Okay? So it's basically the answer is equal to the side, which means it's area divided by length or area divided by width is what's happening. Because remember, when we do it, the area is the part underneath. We make our T-chart here, right? This is our area diagram. When we make our area is underneath. These top sides and left side, those are the length times width. Okay? So, if I were to look at these guys, I've got 4x. So I'm going to have 4 long skinny ones along the side here. Okay? So there's my 4 long skinny x's. Now in the middle, what did it say I had? I had 8x squared. That means I've got 8 big boxes. Okay, so everybody draw that part, please. Okay, so draw your 4 sticks on the left. So remember the way we draw them is we do this. Okay, we make our line and we go, okay, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4. We make our 4 sticks. And now take your lines to the right. Okay, now we're going to draw the lines to the right. Okay, so I take my lines all the way across. And now, we've always started from the top and pulled down. Now we're going to start at the bottom and we're going to draw our line straight up. And we're going to draw it into our answer part up here. We're going to draw this line over here straight up into our answer on the top. Now, if I put a line right here on the top, what should be sitting up top there? 2 x's. Let's find out. 2 x's. So, our answer we got was 2x. And the answer we found here was 2x. Okay? Okay? Okay, one more example. Everybody draw a T-chart. Okay, draw yourself a T-chart area diagram. Wherever you want, if there's room on your side of your paper. If you don't draw a big one. Okay, now I'm going to draw the top. I'm going to draw 2 x's and 3 babies. Now I'm going to draw my inside. Because we're going to be given all this information. Okay, the diagram is going to start this way. Okay, so there's the diagram we're starting with. Okay, on the left-hand side, how do we get those ones there? I'm going to show you exactly in a moment. Everybody draw that first.
How'd you know where to put those little lines at?
I just guessed, because right now I'm just making up a question out of the top of my head. Okay? Okay, we wanted to see what it multiplied by. So now what we got to do, let's extend our lines. We're going to extend our lines coming this way. Extend our lines. Now we're going to draw another line going this way. So what do we have on the left-hand side here? There's an X, there's an X, there's an X, and there's a 1. So what did I end up with on the left here? 3x plus 1. Okay? So in symbols, this is the area diagram as a algebra tile model. What would it look like? Well, in symbols, what do I have up here? I have 2 sticks, so 2 x's, and I have 3 baby ones, so plus 3. because those are all baby ones, and these are x's. Okay, I'm using positive. I'm using white as positive. And now, what is my answer? Well, we know the big boxes are what? X squared. These are all x squared boxes. And the long skinny sticks are x's. Those are all x's. And these are baby ones. Okay? So what it's shown me, if I were to write this as a symbolic sentence or division sentence, I would have the answer on top, and underneath it, I'm going to put one of the sides. Okay, well the answer is always what's inside, right? The answer is always this part right here. I'm going to highlight it for you. This is your answer, always. All of this. That's the answer. Okay, that's the area in an area diagram. Okay, so if we take a look at this now, what is the answer I wrote inside? How many big boxes do I have? 6 x squared boxes. How many long skinny sticks? 11 sticks plus 11x. And how many little babies? Plus 3. Good. Plus 3. Okay. Let's move this guy over. Whoopsie. Yeah, those have to be together. Let's group those. Now I can make it smaller. Okay. So there is our answer. Okay. Now we're going to divide it by one of the sides. Which side do you want to divide it by? Well, this is the one that they gave us, right? So we put this in the bottom. 2x plus 3. And the answer we got was the other side. So we would say it equals 3x plus 1. Okay, here's our second example. Now we're going to use some negatives. So they're giving us the area. So this would be our area. And this is one of our sides. So what they gave me was this side. Sorry, the inside. So everybody draw your inside, please. And they gave me my left here. Okay, they gave me both of those. Draw those out, please. So the ones you guys have in your paper is this one. So actually on the bottom you've got 2x, negative 2x plus 3 on the bottom is what you have. Okay? Well, obviously what they're going to give us for an answer is 3 w's. I used x instead of w. I have to use the same letter, so we use w here. Okay. So again, how am I going to find out what I have? Draw your lines in between. And then you're going to draw them left across. And now go all the way across. All the way across. And let's see what you should have started with on the left. You should have started with 3 x's. Okay, or 3 sticks, 3 w's in this case. Okay? So make sure your diagram matches. Now how come? Why are the colors different? Why are they yellow on the left? Because they're positives. Why do I need those ones to be positive? Why didn't I draw red ones?
Because I knew if you positive, that's the real answer. Or like,
Okay, Des?
Because a positive times a negative is negative.
That's right. You need a positive times my negative to give you red ones. Here you've got a red negative, and you have a negative answer. The only thing that will give you a negative answer is 2 opposite signs. They can't be the same. So if this guy's negative up here, you've got to have a positive on the left. That's why they're all positives. Now, if you take a look, the positive times a positive is going to give you those yellow positives on the far right-hand side. Okay? Now, we're going to draw it out in symbolic form, and then we're going to draw or write out a multiplication sentence. Okay, so at the top it's in symbolic form. Yes, it is. But we're going to actually just put down here, we're just going to write it out. So this is what it equals. Now we're going to draw the multiply sentence. Okay? That's multiply sentence. What are we going to do for a multiply sentence? That means area equals length times width. So what do I draw for that in here? 3w times what? Negative 2w plus 3. Good. And that's my length and my width. Length times width equals area. Now my area is going to be The negative 6w, yeah, exactly. So I would write my area would be this. That negative 6w squared plus 9w. I just don't have room to write it on the left there. That would be called a multiplication sentence. Okay? So using these diagrams, you can draw multiplication sentences, or you can draw division sentences. Okay? This is a division expression or division sentence. This is a multiplication sentence. They're different. Okay? All right, let's move on. What if they give you a diagram and you want to find area? And again, it's saying write a division sentence for that. Well, we don't know what the answer is going to be yet. Now, if you like to draw the algebra tiles and do the algebra tile model, you're more than welcome to. So I could do it this way. I could do my t-chart, and then here I've got 4x is plus equal 2. So I could do my 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 baby ones. And then I've got 6 x's, so it's times by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So that would be my length times width. Now I'm going to draw my lines down. That's if you're choosing to do it this way. You may not like to do it this way. If you want to do it the other way, you may. And then we draw our lines going across. So in this question, those are my big, big boxes here. How many big, big boxes did I end up with? 24 of them. Good. So I ended up with 24 x squared boxes. How many long skinny sticks did I get? Well, if I look, I've got, these are all long skinny sticks here. I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 long skinny sticks. So plus 12 sticks. Are there any little baby ones left over? No, you don't. You have no little baby ones. No little tiny ones. If you do, they're going to be in the bottom right-hand side of the diagram, and we don't have any down there. Okay? All right. So now we're going to write out area equals length times width. So now we know what our area is. We know area is 24x squared plus 12x. And now we're going to write width times length. So my width is 6x times my length, 4x plus 2. Okay, there's width, there's length. There's my multiplication sentence. Now I need to draw a division sentence. Now there's a couple different ways you can draw your division sentence. You could use, of course, you always have to use your area. The area is in the middle here, that blue part. So we're going to start with area. It's always area on top over one of the sides is equal to the other side. That's what we're trying to write down right now. So that means we got to start with our area, which is 24x squared plus 12x. And which side would you like to put underneath it first? The top one? Okay, 4x plus 2. If I did that, what would be the answer? 6x, good. There's my answer. So I've got a side here, and I've got area on top. Is there another way I could write that?
Yeah.
Yes. What is the second way I could write it? 24x squared plus 12x. Now what goes underneath it? 6x. Good. You just switch them places. You switch them places, you write the next sentence. So that one's going to equal now 4x plus 2, the other side. Okay? Yes. What?